Greetings, 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 and happy Wednesday to everything and everyone. And we are the Dawn of Ascension show, and we're here to share our views, our tools, and our journey through these crazy and wonky vibrations and energies we're living in right now. And we all know they're so crazy and wonky. Just take a look. My name is Arlene, and I'm here with my Ascension Soul team, Aubrey, Susie, and Gina. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
So today we're going to talk about stabilization of our personal energy field because things are getting so strong and wonky. Then we need to take more personal responsibility of being aware of our and balancing our own energy field. And this starts with our own personal discernment um, on how we feel, um, what we want to do, where we want to go. And one of the most personal, one of the most basic things in personal discernment is to learn to say no. And some of us have a real big problem with saying no. Me, I was one. I'm much better now. But yes, saying no is a big, big deal in balancing for discernment. Also, to open new habits um, and to use the vibration of gratitude. Just gratitude for everything around you. And it can be so small. Just my pillow feels so comfortable this morning. I really don't want to get up because it's so comfortable and I appreciate my pillow. Just gratitude in many different things. So, Aubrey, I know you have a big view on this one this morning. What have we got?
So, one of the reasons this is such an important topic today is because a lot of the grids on the planet have moved into the fifth dimension. We've moved. We are now officially in the the morphogenic grid that we've been talking about, where it's an ecosystem and it's flowing and it's beautiful. However, not everybody's personal systems are up to date with our new system. And so you might find that you're seeing a lot more chaos around you and you're having just kind of a hard time keeping your nervous system regulated and just kind of get yourself stabilized. And so we wanted to talk about this topic today because personal stabilization is kind of the name of the game right now. And there's not really anything in the new grid that can stabilize you until you bring yourself into that vibration, and you're going to be destabilized until you personally are stabilized enough to be in that vibration. So a lot of what we need to be doing right now is just addressing our personal lives. And so we talked recently a little bit about kind of decluttering, and that means your space, but it also means your mind. It means starting new habits that can kind of support you on a new kind of vibration. We talked a little bit earlier, right before this show, about gratitude journaling, or even if you don't feel like you can make yourself go get a journal and write it down, even just thinking of 3 things that you're grateful for before you even get out of bed is a really good idea. And making sure that you have discernment that you in your balancing of your self-care and the rest of your life, making sure that you're not taking on other people's energy. There's all sorts of things you can be doing right now in order to stabilize yourself.
I would like to make a comment right at this point too, is that is to learn to say no because other people's energies are so destabilized right now as well, and they don't know what to do. So they're wanting, if they're not really aware of what's going on, then they're wanting to dump their responsibility onto you and making you do their work. And this is where you got to say no, 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 and back off. That is your work, not my work. uh, that that's where I'm coming from right now.
Mhm.
Anyone
Absolutely.
else like to add anything or have something else to add to that?
Well, it really is important to discern what is your energy and what is your responsibility in whatever you're doing or being asked to do, and how best to protect your energy as you're doing things. Um, as far as the crystals, I'm connected to the crystal grid, and having our organite pieces, wearing a nice piece of organite really helps to center your energy field. Shungite, there's so many people on the internet now, it seems, are offering shungite necklaces and bracelets and things. Those sort of things are very helpful for your energy, to help balance your energy field. Um, just having crystals around is very helpful. If you don't have them, that's all right. Another thing that I found very helpful is when you start really feeling in the chaos, or starting to feel a whirlwind starting around you, take a deep breath and go back to your heart center. We talk about this every show. You're in your heart center. Sit in there for a moment and think of 3 more things that you're grateful for in that moment. Smile, even if you don't want to, and then keep going. You'll find that it shifts everything into a much more higher, better, more positive perspective.
Thank you, Gina. It really does. Um, I would like to, someone might not understand, they might be just understanding the difference in their vibrations. And I just wanted to say that someone's wondering exactly what these vibrations feel like. And I would like to say that if you get if you get real nervous in your heart, you feel energy just going real scattery, then that means you need to ground down. When you feel this, ooh, like something like this, that means you've got to ground down. You're not in your energy. You're not balancing your energy. Um, if you just feel chaotic or something, take those breaths, ground down. It's about feeling grounded into your heart, and anything scattery or chaotic or um, prickly, it can come in as prickly kind of energies. Any of those are acknowledge them by grounding back into your heart. I need to clear because those aren't my energies. My energies are much sweeter and stronger and nicer. That those are not my energies. So if you're feeling those kinds of energies, then that's when you need to go back into your stabilization or get you into a stabilization um, routine, daily routine. And if anyone else has anything they would like to add, please make a comment below on this one right here, because I know there's many different ways that we're feeling these chaotic energies and know we need to do more stabilization and balancing for them. Just needed to add
And
that.
don't forget about hugging a tree. They wanted me to remind you.
Definitely, definitely hug a tree and smell a flower.
It's important right now to make sure that you're watching your thoughts. Your thoughts do create your reality. You don't I promise you don't understand how much you are creating your reality right now. So if you are having, if you're feeling afraid, if you're feeling nervous and you're kind of dwelling on those types of thoughts, that's a really good opportunity to just stop your thoughts in their tracks and switch them into gratitude. That like be aware of what you're thinking. Notice what you're thinking. You really do have a great deal of power over what types of thoughts you're thinking. And I had a conversation with a friend the other day because I recently have I mean, over the last couple of months, I have just made the pact I don't gossip at all. And like if someone's telling me about someone new that I'm meeting, I don't want to know. I want to have personal experience of the person and just not spread that type of energy. And I was telling my friend the other day that part of the reason for that is when you stop that type of this conversation, it actually opens the door for so much more interesting conversation. We're not, instead of talking about other people and their behavior, we're talking about life goals and dreams and building the new. And so watch what types of things you're talking about with other people. Are you talking about drama? Are you talking about, like what are you the our words have so much power. Our words have a great deal of power, and energy goes where we put it. So what types of things are you thinking about? What types of things are you talking about? What type of life are you building for yourself?
That's really, that's really, really important. When I first started on my journey, I think that was one of the first things that I really, really concentrated on was thoughts are things. And I've known that, I feel like I've known that one forever since my early 20s, or just thoughts are things, and we have no idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Susie, I know you have a fairy message today. What you got?
Yes, I do, Arlene. Our fairy message today is maple spirit generosity. And I find that fits very well with new habits. Why not, be generous? And that could be a definitely a new habit that we could start. The maple tree, I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm Canadian, and the maple tree is a national tree of Canada. And the maple leaf is on our flag. So I was really excited to pull this card today. And I also did a little bit of research on the maple tree. And what I found was, according to the Cherokee, the maple tree was one of the first trees created, and its sweet sap is a gift from the creator to sustain life. The maple tree is also a symbol of strength, um, resilience, spiritual enlightenment, endurance. And you can see its vibrant foliage, graceful branches, its changing colors, its ability to just thrive in difficult environments, make it very, very adaptable. And being able to survive in Canada, we know it's adaptable. And you can imagine too, all the little animals, big and small, taking refuge under the maple's shade. It's just absolutely beautiful. Um, what's coming in really strongly with this maple tree for me are random acts of kindness. And I've experienced a few of those over the last little while. And the first one was back in June when I went to this music festival. There was this couple, they had two strollers, three dogs in each stroller, so six dogs in total. And they stopped to offer my dog a bowl of water. And they didn't have to do this. They had six dogs to take care of, and they just emptied out their water bottle, what was left in their water bottle for my dog. And that really left me with quite an impact because I was thinking, that is amazing generosity. And I'm thinking, what can I do to be generous to someone else in turn? So it's almost like energy flow coming in, and now I want that flow to go out to someone else. So that's how I felt being offered that bowl of water for my dog. Another example just happened recently, just last weekend. I just went to the grocery store just to do a random errand, and there was this gentleman standing under a tree playing a guitar and singing a beautiful song. but it sounded angelic to me. And what it did is it just raised the entire vibration and the frequency of the entire parking lot just outside of the grocery store. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it right now. And for him to just offer his time and his talent to not only one person, but to an entire community of people that were just going about their business to do just their regular task, how that affected everybody there. And so I just wanted to share that because that impacted me. And I hope that's encouragement for you to want to maybe, do something for somebody else and just keep this beautiful energy flow going. So, I mean, this is a perfect time to give with your whole heart and um and um and just doing and just entering into this flow of the universe and just be generous with yourself and be open to share and receive with an open heart. So I think this is just a beautiful message and definitely a great habit that we can get into if that's what you're called to do. So Aubrey, I have a question for you. Now, the maples, I've heard are thought to be very, very, very old species of trees, but we also have a lot of very old species of plants and flowers. And I'm just wondering if there's something that you would like to share about their original consciousnesses and maybe how maybe we were a part of that in the very, very beginning.
Well, so I'm not sure how to answer that question because it's like 5 different questions. So I think first of all, it's important to remember that all consciousness is infinite. And so even new consciousnesses are technically just as old as anybody because it's all infinite. As soon as a fractal exists, it exists infinitely. And so when we talk about things have original consciousness and things like that, we're talking about just sort of fractal patterns that things stemmed from. And trees and plants have been they're a consciousness that is that trees especially are here on Earth in order to hold information. They're record keepers. That's one of the main purposes of the trees. That's why they have such long lives. They're holding very, very, very old information. And as the Earth kind of goes through the different epochs and phases of her existence, then the trees kind of move with her in those phases, but they also hold information about all the other phases of the planet. And so trees and mushrooms were the first consciousnesses here on Earth that kind of helped form Earth. I mean, there's more about just sort of consciousness in general, but does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was great. Thank you, thank you. So, do do we have a message coming in? Beep, 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 beep.
Beep, 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 beep.
Message. What do we got today, Aubrey?
Today's message is from the sun. It would like to remind everyone that the same center of the sun, the same point of source, the origin point of all consciousness exists in the sun as us. We have the exact same source point. And when we reach into our hearts, and actually the other thing the sun wants us to let us know is our hearts and solar plexuses, those chakras are actually merging. They technically have merged. They're still going through the process of remembering that they're doing. But when we tune into the sun with our solar plexus and our heart, we can get some very, very cool codes, and you can feel the sun inside of yourself because we are all the same being, including the sun, experiencing through different perspectives. So the sun would like to remind us all that it's right here. It's not out there, it's right here. I mean, it is all.
Oh, thank you for that message. Thank you, son. Thank you, thank you. Well, thank you for our message today and for joining us during this Dawn of Ascension show. And if you have any comments or if you have any suggestions of topics that you would like, please put them down in the comments below, and we'll be glad to address them for you. Until the next time, see you all later from the Dawn of Ascension show. Bye.
Bye.